Hello, welcome back to Arid Canyon and our effort to build our little community here. So I'm going to do a little bit of dialoguing before we get back into the game here because the last time I played this game was in September 15th and it is now November 11th. So almost 2 months since I've been able to play the game. And that's because I was moving. It took a long time to find a place and then buy the place and then move, and now I'm still in the process of selling the place, my old place, um, and hopefully I won't be getting texts and calls from the realtor. Hopefully today it's going to be silent, but one of the reasons I wasn't playing is not only did I not have access to play because I was packing things up and had things packed up, but I would, who knew when I was going to be getting a call or a text from the realtor and had to deal with something. So, yeah, so anyway, there's that. Um, the other thing I want to say is, this is only my second real game that I've played in Timberborn. I, I had played the first one being the Plains, which is my other episode, um, the Plains map. I think it's called the Plains map. I had attempted to play, well, I had played some previous games, but I never got beyond grilled potatoes. So I hadn't really experienced the game and learned a whole lot about the game before I started that Plains map, which is a different series that you could watch if you'd like. So this really is kind of my second game. And one of the problems, if I know recently I had said, I'm just going to start this, um, that I wasn't really happy with this build, with the layout. Zuzu Putz has not come through, right? Um, but a lot of that is because with this map, I didn't really have a vision at all. Um, other than doing this right here. Other than doing this, I didn't have any vision whatsoever regarding this map. And if you recall, I believe in one of the very beginning episodes, I had built this. Well, I mean, not the way it currently is, but I'd established a little colony here, and I'd built this, and then I believe I said on camera that I was like, now what? I don't know what I should be doing. And so that's been a problem with this map, is me trying to figure out, okay, well, so what is it that I want to do here? And so kind of piecemealing what I'm doing from place to place. But one of the things that, because it's my second game, is, I've learned quite a few things. One of those things is, and I didn't have this problem in the Plains map because I my canals that I built, the diversions that I built of the water, I didn't exceed the number of producing water blocks. But here I have. And so that's why I believe that, I've got four coming in here. I only have four producing water blocks. So I have four coming water spots coming in here. And then I have this this canal coming over here. But that's why I don't get a lot of water coming out of here, is because there isn't enough water pressure to produce, enough water to overflow this all the time. It does every once in a while, but not all the time. So I think one of the lessons I'm learning is you can't really exceed your canals like this, like my current setup. You can't exceed your branches flowing off, the number of branches flowing off of your main path, by you can't exceed the number of water producing blocks you have. Now, even in the Plains playthrough, I did not do bots and the landscaping of the dirt. So this is new to me as well. Um, So I've taken this game further than I have any other game, and again, it's only my second game. So the other thing I've recently learned is that whenever you put in a water wheel like this, it increases the water height behind it. And so the more water wheels you put in, the more the water height increases, hence all my flooding. Which makes sense. That makes sense to me. That water dynamic makes sense to me. The water is hitting that resistance, and so it'll build up. And then the more stuff you put in for the resistance for it to hit, the more it will build up. I don't know exactly like how far you can go, like how many until it floods, but obviously 4. um, and so okay, that makes sense to me because again, the water dynamics make sense, but that's where I'd complained before about it. Maybe I just didn't know how to play the game because I watch other players and they don't get flooding in their along their rivers, and they don't have to put all these levees up along the riverbanks and make their riverbanks look ugly because of the levees to avoid flooding, but yet I do. And so that is something new to me, and we're going to try and fix that. And then the beavers are not happy, and so they got together. They had a few meetings, and they have decided they're no longer going to follow Zuzu Putt's plans because they're not happy with what he's done. And so what they've done is they've asked Zuzu Putz to retire, and he's now living in a one of the not shelters, but one of the houses, one of the lodges, and he's living a happy life. They do revere him for all that he's done, even though they may not agree with and not be happy with the ultimate outcome. So they promoted Yada Yada. So Yada Yada has some different ideas, and he's going to implement those ideas. So what are those ideas? One is we are losing quite a bit of water off the map. And that's the bottom row. Okay, so we're going to fix this losing water off the map. And we're going to try and create kind of a closed system. And basically what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and pump water. We're going to create a little reservoir here, and we're going to pump the water out. We're going to bring it along here and dump it into here, and we're going to reverse this water flow so that water will come and flow back through this way and not this way. And we'll probably end up closing this up here. We're going to fix this issue, which means we're going to fix the power issue because this is causing flooding. So we're going to revamp all of this energy here, and we're going to revamp our energy here. This continues to run out of water in the longer kind of droughts. So we're going to try and fix this. We're going to try and add more water here. And we had talked about moving our industrial sector up here, but we're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is move our power generation, our windmills up there. Put a windmill farm up there. One of the reasons that okay, we're going to pause you because we don't want you going up there. One of the reasons that they're unhappy with what Zuzu Putz was doing was this right here as an example. So we use a lot of wood, a lot of logs and planks to get up here to just get some more wood, right? And there's a different way of doing that so that we're not wasting so many resources just to get more resources. And one of the questions may be, well, why are we even up here getting these resources? But that's because, so I'm going to start here. But we don't want this guy going up here and getting stuck because we're going to take all this down. And we'll pause this because we're going to get up there a different way. Now he's, oh, now I have nowhere to go. So now I forget what I was going to say. What I was saying. Oh, why are we going for these trees up here? You know, probably a lot of people would say, well, and when I watch other YouTube players play, they will often just delete. They'll come up here and, oh, okay. Didn't realize he's going way over there. There's still a way up there. We're going to destroy this guy too. When I watch other YouTubers, you know, I'll see that they actually, well, a lot of trees like this, they just come in and they destroy them. They remove or demolish those resources. Well, you know, in our beavers don't believe in doing that. They believe that every tree is sacred and should be, its life should be honored by using the resources that it generates. So these once proud trees up here, you know, they once had a proud life. They grew, they created these resources. And so the Beavers of Arid Canyon believe that we should honor that by coming up here and getting them and using those resources. And so that's why we're up here trying to get these resources. Yeah, so see, we could have came up this way and used way more, use way less resources than we did here. So we'll let them build that. And over here, what we're going to do is we're going to straighten out the river. So that means we got to come along here. So let's see, we gotta come, we draw a road here so I can, yeah. So this will be the bank here. So this is all yada yada's new plan. So I believe that'll work. There, give him some plank usage. Okay. Let's see how these guys are doing on their... Alright, so they're continuing to... Oh, we have one vacancy, huh? Why? They put robots all down at the bottom? I don't know. Oh. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't know what that was about. I also think that discovered that the reason or the way that these guys point means that you got to build, like, I got to build these first before it will build these. I believe I learned that. And we'll leave this open here. I don't think I need to, but I'm going to anyway. It will result in it not really needing to fill up much there before, you know, it starts overflowing. I mean, I don't think there's a problem reaching all of this. Well, maybe. Oh, only because that's there, I bet. So, all right, we'll let them continue doing that. And we're going to... I know that I spent a lot of this episode dialoguing. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Now, why are you guys haven't built this over here? Oh, probably just because we were on slow speed. And so that means we take all of this down. It is a much longer path to get over this way than it was just to come up here. But, you know, this even looks better, I think, as opposed to what we were doing. Okay, and so now we're going to come up here. See, we have, yeah, okay, we have quite a bit of paper. Are we generating? No, we are not generating. So we need to start generating gears. Let's see, they have 9 unemployed, okay. Yeah, and we're generating paper. We could probably ease up where on the that explosives factory. Yeah, we still need to be producing this guy. Simply because we're going to have to build a terraformer in each of our districts. Okay, so with that, all that in mind, Day 13, a drought should be coming sometime soon. But let's see, we're going to... So we currently have just 6 windmills. Yeah, one of the other things, okay, so one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to straighten out this road here. I think maybe the reason I hadn't done that before was because I wanted to be able to get over in under here, which that allowed me to do that. And I don't know why we necessarily need this road here, but I'll do that anyway. Okay, so we're gonna make this a priority because that's gonna move all these guys over by 1 when we take this out. Okay. Looks like we're full of explosives. Alright, so we're going to delete this guy, and delete this guy, and delete that guy, and that guy, and that guy. And then we're going to come in here with some explosives. Okay, here comes a drought. All right, cover your ears. Bot is out of fuel. So we're running out of fuel? Oh, no, we just can't get it. Okay. All right. Yes. So we will give them, let's see where am I at? Storage. Has been a long time since I played. And this is going to be, and it's going to be an obtain. Make this a high priority, and make that a high priority. And while we're over here, We might as well build a little dirt pile. So that'll help the logistics of the beavers. They'll get this done faster, hopefully. Just couldn't finish it. Just couldn't finish it. No longer need that. This is now empty, so we'll go ahead and delete that. All right. The other thing I can do, after reviewing the recent historical tapes, is I noticed that I could go ahead and delete these guys. Since this is basically doing the work of those four. And free that space up for something else. What else? I don't know. But there you go. We're actually going to raise this. We don't want water coming out there anymore. I mean, it'll sit here and will either flood or evaporate, but I'm not too concerned about it. Well, unless it affects these guys eventually, but I don't think it will. But just because I don't think it will doesn't mean it won't. Oh. Obtain. There you go. Let him empty that. We will empty this. Okay, cover your ears. Oh, I better not build those levees yet. Causing flooding. Look crazy. But what I do need to do is, thank goodness it's only a 6-day drought. Leave this at 5. Well, I was going to say what we do need to do is we need to reroute our power. And we could do that probably now that we're in the drought. But that is all the time that we have for this episode. So my apologies that, I spent most of it dialoguing, but hopefully you enjoyed what little progress we've made, and you'll come back and join us as we continue. Until then, have a terrific day.